Healthcare. It's not a luxury. It's a lifeline. A mother's sleepless night. A father's quiet fear. We all carry that worry about ourselves and those we love. And in that moment of need, what we long for is simple. Someone to answer, someone to care, and a simplified process.
My name is Daisy Laslin. I am a secretary. I work at a law firm in Nairobi. When I was pregnant, I had back pain and a stomach ache, and I started to search the solution, how I can do away with that. When I got to the internet right there, I got the app called Evacare. So they're trying to explain how you can do away with your pain, your stomach ache, while you are that in duration of pregnancy. So I just take an advice from there. Then I search a doctor so that I can contact him or her to help me.
Like millions across the continent, Daisy represents the quiet struggles so many endure. Not knowing what to do when illness strikes, not knowing who to call, wishing for answers, for care, right where they are. For families far from hospitals or short on time and money, even basic health questions become heavy burdens.
Personally, I am a mother. I'm a mother of two lovely girls. My firstborn is 8, my secondborn is 2. My first journey through pregnancy and motherhood was very easy. I had a very easy baby. She was easy to work with. The pregnancy was easy. Even the early motherhood was easy, and which definitely encouraged me to get my second daughter. But then the journey really changed for me. I experienced postpartum depression, something that I'm sure very many women battle with. And having that journey, I didn't want to talk to anyone. I couldn't go to a doctor. I did not want therapy. I did not want my friends. I just wished there was a way that I could have support in one way or the other. And that said, it encouraged me to think about women and the journey that they have all through. From the time, fertility is also not easy for women. Different women experience different fertility journeys. Pregnancy, also very, very variable, and motherhood. And seeing what I had experienced, I thought of coming up with something that would make this journey very easy for women, or at least mitigate any challenges that they go through when they're having this. So even when we were developing Evacare, mental health was a big aspect. When we were training the algorithm, it was trained in such a way that it gives a lot of empathy. It is very human-like. So if I had Evacare when I was going through my postpartum journey, it would definitely have been much, much easier. People feel judged. People feel like they really go through a tough mental space when they're there. And this is something that could come through for them.
This is where the story of Evacare, a virtual healthcare platform integrating AI technology, begins.
When we were developing Evacare, we had to start from the point of data collection. So at this starting point, the challenges that we faced at this point is that Kenya doesn't have data, and that had to force us to go into OpenAI. So we had to get a licensed OpenAI to use that data in order to train this algorithm. And you know that comes with its own challenges, because OpenAI has data from everywhere globally. So that would mean that the training process, which is now the next process, would have to be very thorough in order to make it alive to just women and just to customize it to the African culture and to Kenya. Okay, so when we were training the algorithm, we had to factor in the environment here in Kenya. We had to factor in the geographical aspects here in Kenya so that we could capture hospitals and all that, any facilities to help the women, you know. And then now from that point, and also the cost implications for that, for the licensing bit, for the training of the algorithm, was a bit high for us. So we had to bring in an investor or two to just help with the costs of this thing. And then from that point now, when we are heading towards the deployment process, we also had a very vast geographic spectrum of it, because it's OpenAI, is from out there, and we can't just test with one location, seeing as the consumer of this product initially is Kenya. Okay, so we had to use various geographical placements to get a proper sample of the testing bit. So that said, that also had its cost implication, but we were able to manage. We tested both with women and with men, and we were able to get proper feedback for us now to rectify and to retrain the model to have a model that now is wholesome in nature. And then now we deployed it. We have user cases that are individual in nature, and we also have a B2B kind of setting for Evacare.
The real question is, how does Evacare cut through the noise of information overload to truly work for its users while overcoming the complex challenges faced by its developers?
As it is right now, as a mother, one would experience, say, unexpected sharp pain, and they need medical attention from the doctor. Would have to go to the hospital, wake up, go to the hospital, experience a long time between when they go to the hospital, when they see the doctor, the queues and all that, only for the doctor to see them for a duration of, say, 10 minutes max, only to send them back home. So this mother has spent the whole day just to go and see a doctor, for the doctor to tell them to rest or prescribe supplements, and that's it. So what Evacare does is they bridge this time, distance, and all that. At the comfort of your home, you can just chat with Evacare on the bot, and then the bot will guide you, and it's trained in a manner that it will not have very many views. It is very specific to your needs. Once you have that, it creates an initial file for you, and then if it feels the need for you to get a diagnosis, forwards the file and books an appointment for you with a doctor. So you get an online experience, a video consultation with a doctor, who will then prescribe medication for you to get at the nearest pharmacy or at the comfort of your home. So as you can see, the time has been collapsed, and it's convenient. Seeing as pregnant women are tired, having hormonal experiences, this simplifies everything for you. And it's not just accessible from your smartphone. Even in the rural areas, it is USSD integrated, so the mother who is at the rural area can just very easily get access to this same doctor. That means leveled quality of maternal health care for all.
And how exactly was the chatbot helpful to Daisy?
When I got to the internet, I got the app called Evacare. So they're trying to explain how you can do away with your pain, your stomach ache, while you are that in duration of pregnancy. So I just take an advice from there. Then I search a doctor so that I can contact him or her to help me. We talked to the doctor through video call. Then the doctor directed me directed me which medication should I use. Then I go to the pharmacy and take a pharmacy at Nairobi. Then I take it.
Eva isn't just smart, it is always learning. Every question and every chat helps it understand users better. From rural clinics to city homes, Evacare adapts, grows and personalizes care in real time. Today, its numbers keep rising. Behind every statistic is a life touched. By bringing health practitioners into the ecosystem, the platform is poised to transform the healthcare sector, making it more connected, responsive, and impactful.
Well, I got to learn about Evacare from a friend of mine who was onboarded on the platform. And I did my research and interacted with the platform. And from what I was able to see and experience, it's a good thing trying and connecting patients to healthcare providers. The unique thing with Evacare is that we're trying to integrate artificial intelligence into medical practice, which is something that the world is moving into, trying to look at ways to integrate technology in healthcare, more so in the advent of artificial intelligence. This is going to provide services to people who are not able to access the services physically, and also provide information to patients with regards to what they're experiencing and answer their commonly asked questions without them needing to go physically to a consultation room.
In a male-dominated space, Sharola has led a team, proving that inclusion isn't a footnote in the innovation space, but the foundation. But even as women build tools that serve millions, African women in AI remain a minority, held back not by talent, but by systemic exclusion.
Women in AI Africa has a pool of about over 13,000 women, and it's barely, we just 2 years in, so clearly the interest is there, and I think this is good, and we have very versatile pool of interest there. We have women who are in ethics, we have women who are in policies, we have women who are in data protection, we have women who are doing LLMs, natural language processing. So we have all the very broad spectrum. So it doesn't matter where any woman is we have those who are just starting. They have no idea what AI is. They have no idea which area of AI to get into. But because of our mentorship programs and fellowships, they get an idea of what they want to look at, whether technical, non-technical, LLMs, and all the rest. They get a drift of what the direction that they would want to take.
Sharola, who also dabbles as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, has been championing development of legal frameworks that support AI development.
Professionally, actually, I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Practice law here in Kenya. And my interest in AI came about at the intersection of policy, ethics, and I was very interested because clearly AI is the fourth industrial revolution. It's here with us. And I wanted to find a way to integrate it into my legal sphere. And not just as a consumer using AI, but also to have contribution to it. So that is how I ended up practicing in the ethical space, policies and governance, and slowly drifted into the AI space. Having women in AI Africa in every single region in Africa. As it is right now, we have 3 regions, and these regions, west, south, and east of Africa. But we would like that to be in every region, and not just in the urban areas. I'm talking about in the rural areas, and I'm talking both technical and non-technical aspects of it, so that we have women coming up with tools. We have women utilizing AI tools to maximize their different areas. You know, if you're in marketing, you're a woman, use AI to optimize and to be ahead of the game. If you are a technical person, develop AI for another woman to make that woman's work better. You know, if you're in the rural areas, use AI for your agriculture, use AI for the feeds, for everything, to gauge the weather, the acidity of the soil. Use AI everywhere to make your life easier and better. If we are able to do that, and it's widespread, and it's alive to Africa's cultural norms, that is my dream. That is it.
But the more important narrative is how women are breaking stereotypes on inclusivity.
In the development of Evacare, the tool, as I mentioned earlier, this is a tool by women for women. So much as we have that, we also appreciate the presence of men in all this. The team that developed Evacare consisted of 3 ladies and 1 gentleman, and this experience also had a lot of input. Considering these women are from different areas, they gave their input. They are all mothers, so they brought in their experiences, and this really gave it wealth. It gave the wealth of the training, the data and everything, because everyone had different experiences. So yeah, it was a good process, though we had a few challenges, considering the people who were developing it were coming from various areas. It contributed to the cost of the whole thing. But at the end of the day, we had a full team committed, and we had Evacare up and running. And it also, I think it gives it character that the women were from different places and brought in different inputs.
Artificial intelligence is advancing at a fast pace, transforming industries, enhancing human potential and unlocking new possibilities from automation to creativity. AI equips users with smarter tools and deeper insights. It is crucial to invest through funding AI research and development. This will be critical in shaping Africa's response to its unique challenges and opportunities.
The challenges that we've experienced so far with consumer-based, the uptake, doctors are very rigid, if I could put it that way. Doctors are rigid. To convince a doctor to use a new tool, that is one of the challenges that we experienced. So you had to really create sensitization, just tell them how it would benefit them. And once one doctor was on board, it was easier to convince the second and the third. Okay, so that was one of the challenges. The other challenge was women in the rural areas. It's not easy for them they have bigger challenges before they deal with that, and then they come to deal with now AI. You have to create sensitization, you have to create awareness for them to accept it. So the resistance, that is also one of the challenges that we faced. And of course the costs. Getting investors is not easy.
Evacare is proudly African, conceived, coded and implemented in Africa. Going forward, the future of AI in Africa isn't just about writing more code. It's about rewriting the system itself with inclusion and support built in from the start. That means bold action, open data sets that reflects Africa voices, infrastructure that supports local innovation, and capacity building that places women not on the sidelines, but at the center of it all.